What up, y'all? It's your boy Tuco Salamanca, and I'm here with my secret team in Alburbecue, about to give you a new war recap to show some video, some attacks, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, we destroyed the shit out of this clan. I did terrible, so we're not really going to look at any of my hits, but as you can see, we got a lot of triples up in here as always. Had two accounts in, which is rare for me to play two accounts in the same clan these days, because I like being other than Supreme Cleave, so I like being spread out. But as you can see, we had a pretty strong performance overall. So yeah, let's get right into the attacks. As always, these are randomly selected, and I have not watched any of them before the video started. So in my usual style, this is kind of a reaction video, you know. So yeah, we got 8, aka Wick, coming through with the nice E-drags. Maybe spam, but they're kind of strong, so if it triples, it triples. So Wick smartly starts with a test balloon to check for traps before setting up a flame flinger. That flame flinger is probably going to take a hot minute to get the intended value, so we go watching 2 times speed until something happens. But basically, there's no threats to this flame flinger, the closest thing being these 2 mortars. So why not just get all that value, including that single Inferno, which would be very devastating to E-drags, take it all out the way at the start before letting the E-drags do some work. Also, whoa, the attack's starting. It's important to note that E-dragons are a very fast attack, so Wick is allowed to let that much time go with the flame flinger. But anyways, the heroes are about to cut the funnel on this side, and then Wick is going to go balls out straight towards the town hall with the E-drags. Double Rage, early Warden, actually lasts long enough to avoid the bomb, which I wasn't sure if it was intended, but it was surprised. Some nice spell usage, just keeping the E-drags and the balloons doing some maximum damage, keeping everything safe. The E-drags are doing their thing. They're beginning to peter out a little, but between the Flame Flinger and what's left of the E-drags and the soon-to-be-destroyed Royal Champion deployed, it'll be pretty easy for them to clear the rest of the value. Wick is going to come with the RC to target the biggest threats remaining, aka that Inferno, come through with the spells to keep her protected, and that is a motherfucking triple. So great job to Wick, and way to kick off this video. Alright, so who's this? Ha, we know who that is. Let's see what Max did. I think Max is a Blizzard Lalo player coming through against this box base. It's going to start with sending the Blizzard in for the Town Hall, it looks like. Couple Coco Loons. One of them doesn't really do its job, and wow, his blip is getting fucked. So we're going to see what a recovery looks like. That is a technique to get the Wizards access to a Town Hall compartment by making that super wall breaker invisible, keeping the clan castle invisible so the Wizards don't accidentally kill the ice golem and get fucked over. And due to those smart reactions, Max is still going to get at least part of the intended value. And the CC is almost dead too, so that's another good part. So anyway, it's going to lure it over here to set up the Sui. You always want to get the clan castle lure and kill when you're doing a Blizzard Lalo before you start the regular Sui. And Max has shown you just how to do it. Within it's a hound, just place the Archer Queen, place a poison. It's GG. He's setting in. Sorry, y'all, I'm a little bit congested. But anyway, he's getting ready to send the Sui. Now this is gonna be a tough area with 4 Expos, the RC, scatter shot. The probably going to be activated at some point Eagle Artillery. So the King's doing some nice tanking. The RC is coming in to help the King go where the Queen can't reach. I'm pretty sure that wall breaker was intended to get the Queen in this compartment, but that didn't work. But it's okay because everything else is getting some nice value. The King under his ability is doing a ton. And then Max is going to use the Lalo, another point I always stress, to kind of just help work with the Sui. Now this RC is probably still go die because she's a bit isolated, but she's hopefully going to get rid of this Eagle first. And the balloons are pathing towards the major damage, so Max is going to pop the Warden ability, also allowing Headhunters to assist with killing the enemy Archer Queen. Going to use some balloons up here to cut the pathing so these loons don't split up and have a more direct path to that Multi-Inferno, which is by far the biggest threat remaining on the base. Although there's still a scatter shot alive, but Max is sneakily going to direct target it, except it doesn't work. So he's going to come through with some more. I mean, there's a lot of balloons left. This base is crushed. Well done, Max. That was a pretty gnarly recovery at the start. I fuck with it. Alright, so now that we got the mandatory Laloon hit of the video out of the way, we can look at some other stuff. Let's see what Lou did on this base. Coming through with some super bowlers. Another good attack that's in the meta right now. Starting with the nice Warden Walk, and it's looking like there's going to be a regular golem utilized as well as a log launcher. Kind of a nice break from all the standard flame flinger super bowler hits we've been seeing lately. They're cool, there's a lot of them, you know? But anyway, the Warden is getting some value. The scatter shot starts to target onto the owl, so it's not going to live much longer. But at the end of the day, there wasn't a whole lot the owl was going to add to this, to a ground attack like this anyway. So now the Warden's targeting the scatter shot. Rage spell helping keeping the Warden's health up with the rage, all while setting up his entry. Jesus Christ, allergies are a bitch. Anyway, the bowlers are starting using the king on the outside to help funnel, but it looked like he was going to go inside anyway, but he doesn't. The witch is to assist the king, and I'm sure the log launcher is going to come down like right here or something. The super bowlers, and then a bunch of cocoa loons to tank for the super bowlers. That's important. Log launcher is coming down at this angle to help do damage and create more of a funnel for these buildings, and then ultimately open these walls, allowing the super bowlers into this compartment with a shit ton of value, which they can then jump into a town hall. So pretty much, if Lou just times his warden ability right, this base is GG. So he pops a warden, and the log launcher is taking a minute to do what it's supposed to. It does ultimately achieve his target. This queen is on some crack, but she's going back in. The king is continuing to do some shit out here, so the RC is going to come through to pick off that scatter shot. Going to jump the bowlers into the core. All the rage spells have unfortunately been used, but there's still rage healers and these reinforcement yetis coming out of the log launcher. Forgot what the siege machine was called for a second. And between these free spells and everything, this town hall is about to get slowly demolished. And then it goes down. Super bowlers do go in the town hall poison, and that's kind of it for them. But between this queen staying very alive and this king tanking for this world champion, there's going to be enough to finish the rest of the base off. And that will be another triple. Well done, Lou. Holy shit, bro. I was not this congested before I started recording. But anyway, let's move it down to the next one. Dash, then Mama, Iden, Lou again, Scam. Let's see what Scam did. Another Blizzard Lalo. Nice. Against another box-shaped base. Maybe this one doesn't really look like there's a lot of boxes, but just sort of like that shape, that style, you know? So what's he going to do? I feel like you could definitely land a Blizzard by these expos, as long as you keep the sweepers in check. Yep. So he's going to use the Hound from over here, which is important because while there weren't any, there could have very easily been some black air bombs right here that would have picked the blimp off instantly if he sent the Hound straight at it from this direction, because otherwise the Hound would have never triggered anything from here. By creatively using the Hound to target the air defense from an angle where the path it would cross is deeper than the path of just taking it straight on up the same path of the blimp, it created extra assurance that any black bombs in this area, it would have went for the Hound, not for the blimp, and the blimp would have been able to reach its destination. That's a very nice touch. I know a lot of my clanmates and viewers are attempting to learn Blizzard Lalo right now, and so far they're doing pretty well. Now, there are a few advanced techniques that help you go from being good to maybe a little more, to maybe that next level, and that's one of them. So, felt it was important that got the in-depth explanation. But anyway, it gets a lot of value. The Expo doesn't die, and that's not the end of the world, but they do a lot of damage these days. So it would have been nice if it went down, but again, it was a tough invis to pinpoint. So anyway, the Archer Queen's going to kill the Hound up in this corner. Use some sneaky goblins for funneling. Another great thing that has changed in this game since I last made a YouTube video was that you can now donate any fucking super troop. Doesn't matter what you have boosted, which means it's a lot easier to be able to do these Blizzard, or as I'll hopefully show in another video, super Archer hits, and super minions as well, actually, because those are all very might seem like niche techniques, but they all definitely have uses when they can just instantly crush a base if you just see the right things. So what I'm saying is it's great that we have the access for that now. But anyway, the Sui is continuing to work through here, and then Scam is doing an excellent job using the King, Queen, and Ice Golem part of a Sui to tank for this World Champion. And now he's going to start with the Lalo to help allow a Lalo to also tank for the World Champion, keeping her alive. Now, that King is still going to be a problem, but because the World Champion does a lot of damage and can tank, just sending the one Headhunter will allow her to usually handle him and then catch back up with the rest of the army. Also, it's nice because the balloons run ahead a little, clear this part of the base, allowing the World Champion to naturally funnel towards the core. That's a technique, that's another sort of technique that a lot of very good Blizzard Lalo players do to help take out the core defenses that sometimes just get ignored. Just keep your World Champion alive, and she will usually just naturally path in a way that she will take out those defenses. And then, yeah, that Expo is doing some damage at the end, but overall, a beautifully executed attack. Great job, Scam. So let's go back up a bit because I kind of just skipped a lot of people, and let's see what Agent Dash is doing today. Ah, yes, Queen Walk Lalo. Of all the clans I'm in at the moment, I'd say War Cartel is probably the most Queen Walk Lalo heavy. Although we'll see, depending on where I am in the future or where the meta evolves. But Dash is coming through, starting the Queen in the corner. And this is opposite of the Town Hall, so that could be kind of sketch. And that is a lot of damage in that Town Hall compartment. So let's see what Dash has in mind for dealing with it. He's going to also send a wall breaker up there. Breaks the Queen in, waits for this air defense to go down, so a second wall break would not target it, except there is no second wall break because Dash is using a jump, and this jump gives him access to almost the entire base. Now, it's likely she won't go in this compartment to target these, but that's why he's using this ground hero kill squad with the Warden to do so. And then also from this compartment, she can get the World Champion, Scatter, Air Defense, Single, all of this. And I'm going to assume that he's going to blimp the Town Hall. Ah, okay, so that's where the other wall break was for. Now, the King is kind of leaving the Warden ability, which is kind of, you don't want to see it, but he runs back. Dash unfortunately misses the King with the Warden ability, but it's not the end of the world. The reason you want to get the King in the Warden ability combined with his ability is because his Barbarians are fucking strong when you're using his ability. So if you make them all invincible, a lot of damage is going to be done. But anyway, the Queen actually does go in the middle compartment. I don't know anything about what I'm saying. And the Dash comes in with the safe Sneaky Goblin Blimp to take out the Town Hall. And then she goes back for this compartment to get the scatter shot. Stuff is slowly sort of starting to die out up here, but there's not a lot of air targeting damage in that Town Hall compartment now that we see there's no Teslas and that the Town Hall itself is down and that the Expos are on ground. The Queen is fine here, so Dash is going to send the Lalo. And this Lalo is actually probably going to have a bit of work to do compared to what a normal Ground Warden Lalo would do. But as I was saying, at the same time that there's a lot of buildings to be taken out, there's not a lot of major threats, especially since that lava pup exploded at a clutch time to trigger that tornado trap. So the balloons are sort of just going to go through. It's going to use that rage spell to keep his Queen healthy so she can finish off the base if needed. But we'll see if that's needed, because this is looking like a triple. Great attack from Dash. Alright, where are we moving next? We have not shown a hybrid yet, so let's look at this hit from Nath. Nath is a good hybrid attacker. Got this diamond base, okay. And he's going to start the Queen into the Town Hall. Seems pretty normal, but I am very interested to see how he's going to handle that single Inferno behind the Town Hall. Especially whenever this clan castle does get lured, because they're kind of close together. And if the clan castle gets lured when the Queen is by a single Inferno, especially if it is the likely lava hound that is going to come out, that can be very problematic and stall the shit out of the Queen. So anyway, he's just going to let the Queen naturally decide which way she wants a path. That is an underrated aspect that I need to use more in my Queen charges, because it makes a lot less of a need for a funnel for using extra funnel troops to force her to one side, which you could just pick one and it'll be the same because it's a symmetrical base. Queen's killing the Town Hall. Healers were in range, so that was a good reaction in that free spell. And then he's going to start the hybrid early, using the king and siege barracks as always to funnel. Then he's going to push them down into this compartment, which is good because that'll push the hybrid to the core. So my guess now is that the plan for the single Inferno is to let the hybrid take care of it. So he's going to send it in. That Archer Queen's going to get taken out pretty early. And the king wound up being the only thing that went down here. But that's okay because he's strong as shit on his own. So a lot of it's getting taken out. Popping the early Warden ability and coming to with the Rage. The queen is safe on here. So my guess is he's going to try to get her to take out this scatter shot. Now I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but that'd be the goal. All the hogs go down here, which is really good because there wasn't really anything pathing towards that Eagle artillery, which is one of, if not the biggest threats remaining on the base. Queen is going to beat through this wall. She is completely fine health-wise, so that's going to go down. The miners are taking out this section, and it's sort of just like a tidal wave taking out the base. So one thing I love about watching hybrid is just the base just gets taken out like in one big wave all throughout once you send in the hybrid troops. But the hybrid fell short, because Naf did a great job keeping his queen alive with her ability earlier, she had enough to finish off the rest of the base. Well done. Okay, running a little low on time, so we're probably only going to show a couple more. So let's see what Krollo did. Oh yes, so Krollo, aka DK, is coming in with the Blizz Lalo, and oh, what the fuck? There's a hole in the base. Wow. So going to use the Slizzard. And, oh, he's bringing super minions. Okay, I like this. This is something that I've been looking into experimenting with and have concluded that a super minion clone Blizzard into a Lalo is really nice if you can make sure the clan castle gets killed by the super minions themselves. Because while they do a ton of damage and have a much wider range than a regular Blizzard due to their ability to shoot and fly over walls, the biggest downside to a super minion blimp is that a ground CC will never get lured. So if there's a hound, the hound's not getting lured. But because the clan castle is right next to the intended value, the town hall, it got taken out, meaning that super minions were definitely a good choice. So, I mean, let's be real, this base is fucked. Because normally when you look, whoa, my Wi-Fi is not working out well. Because normally when you're trying to get that kind of value in like a core Blizzard in a ring base, you used a Warden to get there. But because this base had a hole in it, you didn't really need to do that. And because it's pretty formulaic how the rest of this attack is going to go, I'm going to watch it on _2. Sui is going through, Wi-Fi not working, RC assisting with Sui, lots of extra invisibility spells to help them get through the value. More shits to keep the balloon safe. The Warden Hound with headhunters and balloons. The other downside about the super minion blimp into a loon attack is that it takes a lot of spells. So you have to be okay loloing without a lot of freezes and or haste spells. But fortunately, DK is good with Lalo, so everything's coming through, taking out the base, and that'll be a triple. Well done. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that base had that hole in it. I saw this army earlier today, but I didn't watch the attack, so I was kind of hoping it'd be a sick blimp with the Warden. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, and to finish this off, we're gonna look at a hit from the man himself, Chetty, the boss of the clan. Coming through with his famous Queen Walk Lalo. And as Chetty often likes to do, he's beginning to set up a Flame Flinger down here because there is a lot of value for a Flame Flinger. And although there are mortars here and here, they are extremely unprotected, so you can likely just kill them with some balloons, which I'm sure he's going to do. But our focus is going to shift towards the top of the base, because that's where the Queen Walk is starting. Chetty's just letting her just naturally meander her way towards the right. Getting that wall break ready. Probably going to use a sneaky goblin to push her in. We can see down here the Flame Flinger is doing Flame Flinger things. And this is an easy charge because there's no single Inferno and no Clan Castle combination to fuck that up. Now, the one downside about this charge is once these Expos get locked on from far away, that Queen's going to be under a ton of damage because there's nothing that will kill this Expo as of now. But it looks like a wall break has just been performed here, which leads me to believe he's going to use a ground hero kill squad using the flame flingers as funneling points to try and get everything in here down, because that is sort of how Chetty typically styles his attacks. He's very fond of this kill squad queen charge Lalo, which it's OP as fuck, so I would be too if I had any queen walking ability at all. Going to come through with the early warden ability to keep the barbarians safe. And now the one awkward part about this plan is that there's nothing to lure the clan castle from the queen's perspective, meaning that the royal champion is to fight this lava hound. The flame flinger pops. I don't know if it was natural or not, but either way, the CC loons and rider are going to come through and get a little bit of value. Although it's taken her a long ass time, the royal champion is staying healthy. So she'll eventually get to this core. Going to come through with the cleanup Lala with the spells to try and kill that scatter shot. And then, Jesus Christ, I am dying. The queen is staying alive. That loon's staying alive. The world champion is staying alive. Everything is everywhere. It is going to be an overwhelming 3-star. So, great hit, Chetty. Great hit, everyone except me who tripled in this war. And thanks for watching. This is boy T-Quay Gaming out. Have a good night.